Hello my legendary mothers, and welcome to a building video about Kawasaki Ninja ZXR made by Tamiya. As usual, as you can see, I start cutting the pieces of an engine from a sprue with a sharp cutter, and of course cleaning some mold lines and impurities on plastic. After that, I use thin glue to flow to the joints and start gluing the basic shapes for the engine. Here you can see how it looks now. After adding some additional details, here you can see a nice logo of a Kawasaki, and adding some other additional details to the engine, as you can see right here. And now we are making the exhaust. For gluing I just use thin glue made by Plastic Magic, 10 seconds, and it was pretty fun. After exhaust, I start gluing the radiator for the cooling system, and of course the chassis of the bike itself. All motorbikes models made by Tamiya or maybe some other company have all the small nuts, screws and some other additional metal details, which is nice. Here you can see how I try to make a braided effect with sanding sticks, and here you see how it looks put on the wheel. And of course I made some details to the engine, like adding some pipes and of course some other copper wires. And this lovely detail, I drill holes, and after that I start spraying the exhaust with a nice gloss color. I sprayed a few layers of a gloss black color to full opacity. And of course don't forget on the engine itself, using of course the gloss color from Gunza. Start mixing the classic aluminum color from Revel and painting the braking disc with this color, and I'm using a paintbrush from Waiho. And same on the chain on the motorcycle. After the basic painting, I again grab my airbrush and spray the whole engine with this nice color. And I use for spray metallic colors mostly my old firm airbrush, and that is Fingda BD130. For slightly different tones of a metal, I use again a metal color and a little bit of black to break the shiny metallic ones. And of course use same color on the engine as well on some areas, as you can see. Here you can see how the exhaust pipe look now, and I use of course the gold one, or I mean the brass color from Revel, and it looks excellent, I must say. Like, all techniques what I tried was amazing, and here you can see I sprayed of course on the exhaust as well the nice gold color. It looks excellent. And now I'm using a black wash to make a braided look on the discs. Adding the spring for the movable part, and here you can see the wheel is spinning, and I was really happy about that. Now I'm trying to glue this part, and I start making the riders. As you can see, it looks pretty decent, and here you can see a braking disc, or I mean maybe the holder, or you know, adding the display on the front and a few other details to the motorcycle, as you can see. Now finally I start gluing the main body with Mr. Tremendous, and here you can see how I'm making a seat. Main body now looking really good in the nice green Kawasaki color, as you can see. Gluing of course this part of a oil tank, and before painting I start cleaning the whole model with isopropyl alcohol, gluing this part almost ready for painting, and again cleaning with a brush and alcohol. After that I start spraying like a body part with a black color and a spray, as you can see, with a gloss. Of course spraying other panels as well with a black color in a can, and after that I start spraying the few other details for the front wheel. As you can see, again I use a metallic color for this part as well, and later I will again use a brass color for nice shiny effect. Here you can see how it looks. Of course I spray the braking disc as well, and of course continuing with the spring. A little bit of masking here with electrical tape on the small part, and after the basic spring I start spray the classic Kawasaki green lime color. I use for spraying my airbrush Fengda AG100. It was really interesting and decent painting. For gluing exhaust pipe to the engine I just use super glue, and here you can see how it looks finally combined together. It is excellent. After that I sprayed the engine with a gloss varnish for shiny effect. After spraying of a varnish I must use this little screwdriver to screw the screw to the engine, and finally a few decals. I use just hot water and add it to the exhaust, the famous brand Akapovich on the exhaust. Nice. And gluing of course the chain to the main body, and again using a screwdriver. It was pretty tough sometimes, but I think the hard job is paying off, and of course spraying some little small details which I missed before, and we are closely going to the finish of this model, like with the spraying and so on. So yeah, I really hope how it turned out after some mistakes and so on. And yeah, adding the Kawasaki logo on this part, of course on the display part, and I used from Ammo make decal setter and decal softer. Adding the step and smoothing out the decal with a brush and a lot of water or decal setter. After all that basic spraying, I just cover all parts with a gloss varnish for the decals. Adding this, it looks great, And here you can see how it turned out. My front wheel, really great, and again screwing a screw to attach the main body. Don't forget the painting the seat with just a classic black color, and I'm using a flat brush from Vallejo. When we are done with a main spring, I start adding the all decals which I need, like the name of this bike, Ninja ZXR, other small details about engine or manufacturer, and here you can see I accidentally rip off the decal, but I fixed it. I think you didn't notice. Again, using a decal setter from MASE, and after all decals I set, I just start spraying the final coat of a varnish on a Ninja. I use varnish from Vallejo and my airbrush, like always, HE100. Few layers, and with this step is finally my favorite bike finished. And the last small details is stand for the bike itself, like this is what only need, painting the black, and here you can see the finished model. I hope you like it, and see you next time.